Hi, this is Greg Noakes. As Heroku's first customer solutions architect and Heroku's first solutions architect, I have often been asked over the years how to describe what Heroku is and the value that it brings to the table. Here's one way that I do that. Infrastructure is for sysadmins, but Heroku is for developers. Why? And what does that even mean? And what's the difference? Professional development is hard. It's a skill that can take years to hone. The tools that developers use can be foreign to other people. Things like the command line or IDEs or Git. Like any other specialization, developers speak their own language, and over decades have developed tools that are aimed at their use case. Also, the craft of development is hard. If you think about it, we are writing step-by-step instructions for computers to execute. We're pretty darn close to running at the bottom of the stack, right? Wrong. They say that 90% of the iceberg is underwater and not visible. The same can be said about development. Writing code in Java, Ruby, Python, or what have you is the easy part. It's the details that you do not see that cause you the most trouble. The 90% of the tasks that are invisible are what gets you. What sort of things are these? This is where the sysadmins come in. They have to build the parts of the app that no one ever sees. They build the plumbing the app runs on. Before you write a line of code, you have to acquire or build and configure a lot of things. Say you want to have an application that simply serves HTML traffic and has part of its data connected to Salesforce. What would you need to build to accomplish this? You'd need a code deployment system, a continuous integration and continuous delivery pipeline. You need some sort of container orchestration system that's self-healing. You need to worry about load balancing, a database, managing that database. You need to construct a connection to Salesforce with retry logic and incremental sync logic. You need to monitor all of the above, patch and secure all of the above. And oh, by the way, you'll be wearing the pager to make sure it's all up and running 365 days a year. At its most basic, that is what you would have to build before your developers ever started writing code. Oh, you want to use Kubernetes? That's just as hard. If you think of it like needing a house, infrastructure is going to the lumberyard and buying wood so you can build a house. Even with Kubernetes or Docker, you still have to assemble, configure, and maintain all of these things and the interconnections between them. And Kubernetes or Docker, they were born out of looking at how Heroku is and was doing things. 12-factor, we wrote it. Build packs, we invented them. Git push Heroku main, you guessed it, invented here. When I started in the industry, we did not even have lumber yards. We had to cut down trees and get our lumber that way. We actually had to call people and have them send us servers. We then had to assemble those servers and put them into racks. Next, we had to install the operating system and any software packages that we needed. That's on-premises for you. The most control and the most manual labor and time. Infrastructure as a service has elevated the game. Infrastructure as a service gives us a lumber store, and it is really awesome. You can go in and you can find a vast array of different types and sizes of lumber. Lots of connectors, electrical stuff, and plumbing. You can pick and choose from a huge menu of services. However, you have to choose the correct menu items, and then you have to configure them correctly, integrate them, and manage those services and integration. Oh, and by the way, after you are done with all of that lumber and your house is built, who's going to fix your house when something goes wrong with it? You will. When we say Heroku is easier to use than infrastructure, this is exactly what we mean. Instead of buying lumber, you're buying a condo with landscaping and maintenance included. You buy the condo and your interior decorators or your developers can get started on choosing the color of the tile, ordering couches, and hanging the art. Moments after requesting an environment, you can have a completely managed production application hosting environment. Heroku allows developers to skip the building and get straight to development. It also manages those built parts for our customers. These two things allow Heroku customers to be able to focus on the development of the apps they want to and not focus time on building infrastructure to host their developers and code. I hope you like that. Feel free to reach out to Heroku with any thoughts or comments.